Alright, so, hey y'all doing boys, hope you're doing well. Now in today's video, here was some great news. I mean, we all knew this was coming. I originally thought it'd be last week, but insane. With how crazy the pacing has been of Global in the past couple weeks, like it has just been back to back Halloween, 40 million download celebration. I think we had original characters before that as well. It has been absolutely crazy, but it was definitely good to have that dead week, especially for some of the more free to play players. If you were to have wanted to have summoned on everything that's happened, there is just absolutely no chance. But King of Fighters rerun is back. Now I didn't read anything, I just had a quick scroll, and from what I'm seeing in typical Global patch note fashion, not everything is shown. Now I'll get to why I think that in a little bit, but here we go. Brand new Yori, Yagamina and Terry Bogard are here, and I am so goddamn excited for these characters, along with the collaboration, like the rerun. Honestly, they've done such a good job of all of the collaborations. It's just great to have them out, but here we are, new Terry Bogard and Yori Yagamina. Unfortunately, they don't actually run over the skills in, these patch notes. I might quickly bring up some of the patch notes from the JP version. I'll talk about some of their skills and whatnot. Here we go, Terry Bogard. Having a quick look at the passive, reduce all stats of the enemy with the highest remaining HP by 20%, 1 turns at the start of allies turn in PvP. A good passive, definitely with some of these crazy new teams. Usually, almost all of the time, I'm just going to call them team leaders. Characters like Festival Gotha, Festival Margaret, Purgatory Barn do end up having the highest HP. So this does a really good job, especially in the Barn team. This does a real good job of helping, take them out. It's good actually they show the Holy Relics in here as well. But first card here is the typical alt gauge depletion card. We're seeing this on stuff like, Green Melon's probably your biggest example, but tons and tons of characters that had this. You'd think with how old this card is, almost a release date card for Global. You'd think they would have given us a new version of a single target alt gauge depletion card, maybe with some better multipliers or something, but definitely a good card. Terry is just amazing in general. Looking at him on paper, he doesn't look the best, but in play, especially the Japanese community think really highly of him. But second card here is a stance card. It assumes a stance for 2 turns, which increases the damage dealt by 50%. And inflicts damage equal to 450% of attack via counter when an ally is attacked. So no stance, which instantly makes you think why almost all counter characters have stance. I believe it's the same counter card as the blue Fat King, I think it is. Still, once again, looking at that, doesn't look that crazy, but he is an absolute monster in PvP. Now, his ultimate, probably the strongest, if not one of the strongest things about him. This is definitely up there with all of the crazy strong AoE ultimates. Personally, I haven't used it, and I don't like to really give it a tier list level, but just from inflicts power strike, and if you guys don't know what power strike does, additional damage equal to enemies resistance. So you basically ignore just the enemy's defense. Damage equal to 490% of attack on all enemies. It is definitely up there with Purgatory Barn's ultimate. It just absolutely team wipes people, and the fact that with Barn's ultimate, you obviously have to have his gift card up, and there's certain things that help you maximize the damage values. You can just throw this out whenever, and it is just crazy amounts of damage. But having a look at the Holy Relic here, there's the extra stats you get there. When the hero uses a stance skill, removes all debuffs on the hero and increases all stats of the hero by 20% for 2 turns. And that does actually stack, which is crazy. If you can have one turn where you get use 3 stance cards, they can all be level 1. It doesn't say, they need to be level 3. So 3 level 1 stance cards, and in the next turn, use another 2 and the ultimate, you would just, I reckon 10 million damage. He would just absolutely wipe the field. But definitely keen to do a whole bunch of showcases on this guy, and being someone who plays Smash Bros Ultimate, he is one of the DLC characters in that game. And when the King of Fighters collab initially came out, he was the one character I was damn, I wish we had got Terry, and look, now he's here. And here we have it, Yori Yagamina. When the actual live stream and whatnot happened, looking at this guy, I was so much more a fan of Yagamina. Cool emo character, and just the way he works, and he's kind of built around being used with Kyo. Passive reads, when the hero uses a skill for each ignite effect on the enemy, increase the damage dealt by 7% after the skill use, increases the hero's attack related stats by 6% for 3 turns, stacks up to 5 times. So almost his entire kit just works around having those ignites and whatnot. First card here is the Co-Destruction card. Inflicts co-destruction damage equal to 425% of attack on one enemy. And the other card here is an Infect card. Same card as you'd have on the Green Meliodas, or even the Green Melon's probably a better example, but inflicts damage equal to 280% of attack on all enemies and infects for 2 turns. One of those cards that has like the, you know, massive damage increase on the 2-star and 3-star, or like, although it doesn't look like it and it looks like, you know, the difference between the 2 and 3-star are massive, like in play, these two cards are both just insanely strong. But having a look at the ultimate here, inflicts damage equal to 630% of attack on one enemy, and depletes 3 ultimate May Orb move gauge. Is that on one enemy? Can I? For some reason, I cannot think of another character that has that ultimate where it's 3 ultimate. Like, obviously, like all of the Gothas have like the 3 ultimate gauge, but that's on all enemies. Yeah, no one really comes to mind having that ultimate. So, new ultimate. From what I remember, I don't actually like, you know, I've tried to keep my, like, you know, looking at these characters to like a very minimum. Both of the characters have really sick ultimate animations, so looking forward to that. But having a look at the Holy Relic here, for each ignite on the enemy, decreases the enemy's penetration, crit chance, and crit damage by 2%, excludes deathmatch. So once again, all just tying into him being used with Kyo, and super keen to try him out. But finally jumping over to the patch notes again, probably spent a little longer on the actual characters than I would have liked to. We are also getting, you know, if you guys missed out on the original King of Fighters Club, we are getting all of the original characters back. And what I was talking about earlier, saying like, you know, I feel as if though they haven't given us all the news, is on the actually no, never mind, here it is. I probably should have had a better look at it. We are getting a free My Shiranui, basically the blue character there. So for me personally, when the collab originally came out, I was free to play. I only got the Kyo owned Omega Rugal, so still need to get my hands on Athena in mine. It's looking like just Athena, so free Mai there, which is super nice. She's a really good character, and free summons as well, which is really nice. But another thing they are talking about is giving out, I will do a guide on how to actually get these, probably like day 1 or day 2. Well, when big updates like this usually happen, I try and do double uploads just to get as much stuff out there as possible. I'll probably do a guide day 1 on how to get all the Holy Relics, since they are giving them out for free via the event. So really nice stuff there. Same stuff with the, you know, Terry costumes and Yori's costumes. You can get those for free as well. At least I think one of them you can get for free. But other than that, bunch of stuff here that's coming alongside with the event. Check-in events, special missions, world quests. I'm imagining it's going to be the same story as last time with the whole Omega Rugal stuff. Event shops, stuff like that, PvP events, growth events, stuff like that. Pretty much just your typical event stuff. Are we getting any? Yes, okay, equipment salvage event. And this is something I personally need super bad. I haven't actually grinded for like any of the like the awakening materials, sorry, like the blue stones and whatnot in ages. So really nice there, and you know, stamina decreases and whatnot. All the good stuff is happening, basically like a festival and whatnot. But collab hero Holy Relics are available. Honestly, they all look sick, and from what I've seen, the Kyo is getting a new costume, which is really nice. The like Holy Relics and whatnot suit perfectly with his, and Terry actually has a costume that looks absolutely amazing with his Holy Relics. But all in all, they did a really nice job. Like, I know Athena's is also made for a new costume, and I'm really hoping in like a part 2 we get a like Omega Rugal and Maya costume maybe, but we'll just have to see. This basically just going over all of the Holy Relics and whatnot. I already read over like the Terry and Yori. Kyo's is basically he just gives an extra 2 ignites at the beginning of the battle. Athena's, if the hero's hit by an enemy which does over 30% of her damage, she heals 40% of the damage taken. Maya increase all allies attack by 15% if the hero is buffed, which is great because whenever she has like a skill rank up or like skills merged together, she does give herself buffs, which is really helpful. And Omega Rugals, when hit by an enemy skill, the hero's pierce rate increases by 10%, limits up to 5 times. So honestly, if you hit him 5 times, also proc his passive and get the revival happening, that's like 100%. Well, basically double the amount of pierce rate he gets, which, if you know Omega Rugal, he has that 3, like the AoE pierce card, it is so insanely strong. Like if you proc his passive, he doesn't even need to have a Lilia next to him to just team wipe units. He is insane, and those are basically the materials to actually get the Holy Relics, which are given out for free via the events. But yep, as expected, ultimate final boss Omega Rugal. I do believe we had this in the original one, so he will be coming back along with the story. I'll probably do guards. For some reason, I don't remember it as much as I feel like I should, a final boss Omega Rugal, which is why I'm guessing it's going to be rather easy, but we'll just have to wait and see. Other than that, we get these every week, battle events, good first completion rewards. You get your like XP bottles. You can grind all of them for the extra gems, and like if you do like the milestones in your missions, you can get like the SSR pendant, but nothing too crazy. This personally is a big thing for me. Having the village donation event, getting the 6 free SSR pendants is super big, especially with a collaboration coming out. Usually it's 4 new characters we have to level up to level 90, which is, you know, I think it's been quite a while since I've had to level up a character, especially with how like little I've been able to play Grand Cross these past couple of days. I think it's 21 or 25 SSR pendants to get a character from 0 to 90. So, and with 4 new characters coming out due to the collaboration if you never play on the original one, plus Terry and like Yori, that is a whole ton of SSR pendants to be spending in just like 1 week. But scrolling down, here's some of the new Yori and Terry costumes, along with the Halloween costumes for the, you know, original characters. Once again, no, we did get a Mike costume, so just missing out on an Omega Ruga costume. That's strange, but real big fan of all of these. I will be buying, although they're characters that don't already have max cosmetics, like the 5, like, you know, body pieces, weapons, and head pieces. Even if they were, these are costumes I'd still buy just for like their cosmetics look like. Looking at them in game, they're just so great. When it comes to like Yori's and Terry's, unfortunately, Terry's good costume and Yori, all of Yori's costumes are pretty good, but Terry has one really good one in particular, which unfortunately isn't there. But let's see, costume sets, new bundles, which is always great, cosmetic upgrade bundles. I will go over these. I don't usually, if there's anything super like worth buying or I recommend buying in the shop, I might do a video of it, but I just feel as if though, when it comes to like purchasing packs and bundles and whatnot, value and whatnot is up to you. Like if you think, like if you're someone who thinks stuff is worth spending money on a game, you would take, like, you know, technically buy it anyways. But if you guys need some more, you know, guiding into spending money in the game and, you know, you're like tossing up whether or not it should be worth it, I will let you guys know. I feel like that's definitely more like a stream question, but unfortunately I haven't done any streams yet. It's still something I'm definitely looking forward to, and, you know, we're gonna get there eventually, I promise you guys. Other than that, new Hawk exchange pass, which is really nice. Unfortunately, doesn't actually say anything of what's going to be in the new shop. And with what happened on JP, I'm guessing we are going to get a new, I think they got a new Eastern costume, or was it? I think it was a new Eastern costume, yeah, because she has like the little water hat. So they don't show that there, which is strange. I still feel as if they're, you know, talking about banners, they should show the banner list, like, you know, before the actual update day when we're having the maintenance, which they usually do, you know, give us the second patch notes and go a little more in depth. But they should show what the Hawk Pass shop is at least. But other than that, Super Awakening stats will not be applied. Oh, so these are just PvP rules and whatnot. Rank rewards will be given, nothing much really. New rank 90, which is really exciting. It's been a hot minute. Not even, actually, it's been absolutely ages since we've had to level up. So I'm really keen to see it. From memory, it takes absolutely ages to level up in Grand Cross, which is fair. I mean, I'm definitely keen to get, you know, a little stamina boost, a little bit of extra worth out of every stamina pot, and the ability to have more friends. But another thing is the account combat class buff increase. So for all you know, boys with them big box CCs, just you absolute whales, this will be a huge advantage to you guys. And at the moment, I think I'm only sitting around 6 mil. Like, I don't think anyone at the moment has 12 mil. Like even the JP whales, I think the highest one is sitting at 10 million. And that's like, it's not like at the point where they're like, oh, look, Gotha, I have a UR gear set for Gotha. No, they have a UR gear set for every Gotha. 40 million download celebration, Halloween, coin shop, blue Gotha, green SR Gotha, like a UR gear set on every character. It's just, it gets that insane on the JP version. Like it is impossible to compete, but receive this stuff when, yeah, no, that's all right. New growth system. Now this is also something this is probably something I'll cover day one. Basically getting like a hidden potential system, if you guys are familiar with Dokkan. Almost the same thing. However, all of the actual, I'm not going to like run over it a whole bunch in this because I feel like it'll be, you know, explained a lot better when I actually have it in game and can show you guys. But basically when progressing stuff in your character, basically anything you do in your like character box that improves it, you will be given these growth points, and you can spend those in here to unlock basically hidden potential, same as you would in Dokkan, extra stats, all the sort, and they apply on all of your characters, which is really nice. So let's say, you know, you level up your character, you get growth points. You awaken them, you get growth points. Super Awakening, get costumes, all that stuff gives you growth points. Basically, any progression you do on your account gets you these growth points. So once again, I will do, oh, actually, here we go. How to acquire growth points. Basically, anything in there will, and does that actually, new hero acquisition, Super Awakening. Okay, so yeah, no, you can't, I thought for a second I saw like the gear awakening. That would be completely, but yeah, no. We'll definitely do a video on that, and then you can actually see, you know, all the stats and whatnot that gets improved. If you guys want, you know, you can by all means go to the patch notes or even pause on the video and have a read through these. But other than that, getting portrait mode on the PC version, which I would highly recommend downloading it. It looks so much better than the old BlueStacks version, but I don't know why. And personally, when playing Grand Cross, like I'm a person who wished they'd bring the landscape mode to mobile. I know it'd probably be like a bit weird and clunky, but I don't know. I'm just a real big fan of the actual landscape mode. Maybe because I'm just so used to playing portrait, but on that hero filter additions, yeah, a bunch of stuff I'm not personally like super interested in. More ways to just get through your characters. I feel as if though if you play the game quite a bit, you know where all your characters are and whatnot. Revised playthrough, both Ragnarok and Prison of the Skies have been stored to get. Yeah, I feel like everything else in like the rest of these patch notes is gonna be like minor bug fixes and stuff. Yeah, previous skip button animations, stuff like that. How's it getting added to all of the regular draws and whatnot, which is really, really nice. He's honestly not the greatest unit. Like his main purpose is to be a backline support in the Barn team, and although he's like a super new unit, both Rare Twigo and the SR Griamore are better than him. He's made to, you know, buff Sparn's damage by giving the extra damage to detonate cards, but why do that when you can use Griamore, buff his HP, which in turn also buffs his damage and also buffs the ultimate damage? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And same thing with Twigo, like his passive just helps out so much. Don't really understand. Maybe if you're a Hauser fanboy, I understand it, but not me personally. New hero engravings for Terry and Yori, that's to be expected. And other notices, surprise gifts to celebrate the complete collaboration rerun, blah, blah, blah. You'll get it. Oh, okay, so this is basically just free gifts they're sending to the gift box along with like the weekly update stuff. And there we go. That just about does it for the patch notes. Definitely feels as if though there's a lot more, like I said, banner information, stuff along the sorts, but we'll be able to see that, you know, tomorrow when we actually get the update and when we're in game a little bit, but everything else here is just ending events. But hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please hit like button, subscribe, really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys for some more Grand Cross content.